Jesus, he lived, he healed, he taught, he suffered, he died, he rose from the dead 2,000 years ago. And how does that impact me today? Well, Jesus left a way for that to impact us when he said, "Do this in memory of me." And in that, he allowed for this reality of Jesus's saving death and resurrection to become present in every time and in every place. And he allowed for his resurrected presence to become present in every time and in every place. So that today, I can walk into any church, and as I genuflect before the tabernacle, I'm before the living presence of Jesus. And every time I go to Mass, I'm present at that living sacrifice of Jesus. And in fact, this salvific mystery is able to spread throughout all of time because of the gift of the Eucharist, which is why it's our greatest gift.
The Eucharist is really at the heart of our Catholic spirituality, and this God who so loved us that he became a human being, he became an embryo in the womb of Mary, that Jesus would figure out a way to be present to his people through all time. And he would do that under very humble appearance. This simple piece of bread, the host, and wine is his precious blood. So Jesus, he desired to be present through all time to his disciples, and he fulfills that promise in the Eucharist.
In the Mass specifically, you can't have Mass without an offertory. And so built into the nature of the Mass is this nature of offering. So I come with my own gifts to place on the altar. And as we place the bread and wine on the altar, I found it useful to reflect on me placing myself and all my gifts on the altar, but also all my desires and all my shame and all my wounds and all my sins. And in a way too, when we offer ourselves on the altar, whatever we place there is transformed into Christ. So if I desire to be healed in these places, I know that I can bring that to the Lord at the altar, and that when I receive him in those places, and that everything that I've offered to him becomes transformed into Christ.
The challenge of receiving the Eucharist, our reception of the Eucharist, is that it changes us. But do we recognize that change? Does the virtues, the graces that are enlivened in us through the reception of Jesus Christ, his very body and blood, whom we become, does that change us to the point that we leave the church differently?